Hi, I'm Divya. I am a graduate of the Data Analytics Full Stack Academy Bootcamp. I was working for a small consulting firm that works on government contracts in Atlanta. And so I was based there and I was traveling a lot around the world. And so I was doing that. But as I have noticed in my field of public health over the years, there's a lot more need for data analytics and big data analytics. And also there's more need to update systems in public health that are, notorious for being very, very old school. So I decided it would be good, to get some more training in data analytics. It's something I've been thinking about probably for 3 or 4 years, but I finally decided to take the plunge after this because I knew I wanted to do more technical work. And that was a role that was less technical. So I decided, okay, I really have to do this so I can, continue in a more technical capacity. I've done work with GIS software before, so that's the Geographic Information Systems, and a little bit of like SPSS and some of the, statistics softwares, but they're kind of the older ones that don't get used much anymore. And so I didn't have any experience in coding or, using Python. And I remember when I was in my GS classes, they used to say, well, if you know Python, it's really useful for this. So I think for me, that was one of the driving factors, was to be able to know more and to be able to do more once I knew more. I noticed that many of the other programs I saw had only certain aspects of things that Full Stack was offering. So they would only teach Python or only teach SQL, and it was much more limited. And I liked that Full Stack was doing the whole range of things. I liked that Full Stack was offering all of these different softwares and training in, multiple. And then additionally, I really liked that there was the career support aspect, which I've been taking advantage of for the last few weeks now since I graduated. And it's been super helpful. I've been attending all the group sessions that Full Stack offers, to help improve my resume, prepare cover letters, and all the different things that are involved in the job search. So I found that to be really valuable. I'm someone that I really love problem solving. There's nothing that gives me greater joy than being able to solve some sort of problem. And so I like that in coding, you're really doing that all the time. So anytime I would get my code to work or get to do something new that I needed to do, it always gave me so much happiness that I was able to get it to work. And so I think that's one of the things I really enjoyed, is each time I would get something to work, I was like, yes, it works, so I really enjoy that sort of stuff in general with work. So anytime where I can solve a problem, because that's what makes me feel like I'm doing something meaningful, doing something impactful. I liked SQL probably the most as a coding language, but Python seems to be the most universal. And I ended up doing more with Python for my capstone than I did with SQL anyways. So that ended up working out. But I'm glad I know both, because I see both of them often listed in job applications. And, I think it's fine if you know one or the other, but it's really good if you know both. So yeah, I really enjoyed those two, and I loved Tableau. Tableau is fantastic. I'm a huge visual learner and I love doing maps and things like that. So I really liked using Tableau to make better charts and graphs and things that I didn't know how to do before. I just feel a lot more prepared and educated. I felt like I've always been kind of a data person, but it's hard to quantify that if you don't have the technical skills, So when you actually have something like this, like a certificate, you have training in these specific subject areas, I feel like you're taken a lot more seriously, And so I like that. I feel like I can say with honesty now that I am someone who works in data analytics, who has experience in data analytics, and also the ability to know that I can learn quickly and learn, many different things in a fast period of time and still figure it out, So I think that's really important to me, to be able to say in interviews that, I can pick up any software. It's not that hard for me now. I've worked on so many now. So I kind of know some of the issues I might run into. And like I said, I definitely qualify for way more of the jobs than I used to before. She's very knowledgeable, lots of experience. I really love the structure of the class, that it was an hour of her teaching, then an hour of us practicing. And she would even do a demo in that period as well. So it was super helpful to have the breakup. I was nervous. I had never done long-term online training or anything like that. And I'm a very in-person person. So that's why I like asking questions and stuff. I'm very much an in-person learner. I don't like being on my computer that much. So I was nervous about that, but it actually worked out really well. And I really liked the way that it was structured. I mean, I would say one of the main things is you have to be willing to devote the time. So it's okay that it's hard. It's hard for all of us. Like, everybody struggled in the class. We all made mistakes. That's the point of coding. You figure it out as you learn what to avoid, and that's okay. Because even though I ended up doing, well in my class, it took me a lot of effort to get there. I had to do a lot of practice on my own and really figure things out and just kind of let the information seep into my brain. But I think you just have to know that you need to take the time to devote to it and work on it, diligently, and then you will get there.